You are looking live at
The Dub in 3, 2.
One for the money, two for the show, three get ready, four to let go. Talking that talk is all that we don't. It's football time, we ready to roll. We bringing the coaches close to the fans, answering questions not from the stands. D1 players with offers in hand, from DF Dubs, the best in the land. Hey, 6 be coming to play like 8, 5 be coming to play like 8, 4 and 3 be coming like 8. Private schools be making it 8, cool in the game, Bad and Brian doing our thing. Weird and Jeremy ready to swing. Oh, I forgot it's a Carter thing. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. At DF Dub.
Welcome to the Dub, #1 high school podcast starring Pat O'Teasy, Jeremy McGinnis, Whitfield Roderick, and Brian Riser.
Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah, we do it for the Dub. Who we missing? Where's Riser? Okay, we got. There we go. Let's rise up with Rise. What it do? We back. I'm back in the control seat. For episode number 12. We are in the building. Shout out to everybody in Dub Land. Got to give a shout out to my boy B Rise. What it do?
I think you froze up.
B Rise. Hey, you know what? We had that picture of B Rise as the preacher. I think he's over there praying right now. So we'll get back to B Rise. Mr. Will Carr, how's it going, brother?
Man, blessings and salutations to you, my brother. All is well. Sir. All is well.
Bro, I was telling Jay Mack before the show, I was like, man, we got the doggone Isaac Hayes of youth sports up in here, man. The brother just smooth. The brother just smooth.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. Swaggy, what it do, man? You just doing all types of cameras and turns and all that. I don't know, we're trying to get your best side.
No, man, I didn't hear y'all at first, so I didn't know what's going on. But anyway, man, what's up, man? I want to start off by giving a shout out to the basketball league, real quick, man. I told them I'd do it yesterday. Shout out to first and foremost Carter basketball. They're looking great this year coming up. Duncanville was looking super good yesterday. Shout out to Lake Highlands, man. Lake Highlands has one of the best players. No, not one of the best. They have the number one player in the country in Trey Johnson. Shout out to South Oak Cliff High School basketball, James Mays. Hey, this might be a year that y'all might see a return of sock in basketball also. And shout out to PINKSTON High School also on the west side. So look out for basketball coming up, man, because yesterday in that GASO, it was some nice games, man. So I just want to give a shout out to the basketball club.
That's what's up. I was about to give a shout out to B Riser, but looked like that dog that took control of the video camera, knocked the camera on the phone floor or something. J Mac, what it do? Last but not least, the golden voice tones of the Dub.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing, man? Life is good, buddy.
Life is good all the time, and all the time life is good.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate everybody that's joining the Dub and stuff. We're gonna put comments in there, so make sure you talk that talk. Got a line from Nate.
There you go.
Nate Renee. Okay. What it do? D Rise, what's good, man? But
man, my internet messing up, man.
Huh?
Man, listen, man. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I seen some folks outside earlier in my house. I don't know. They stealing my internet cable or something, man.
They just stole a lot of
something, man. My internet tripping, man.
Hey, they didn't hit your Wi-Fi.
Say,
hey man, you better go check.
I'm gonna have to file a police report or something. My internet.
Hey, you better go check and see how many devices on your internet.
How you gotta do?
I know, man.
For real, the dog got his own PS4 or something.
Yeah,
but
I know. And I got that fast Wi-Fi too. I got that good Wi-Fi. It's tripping. No, I'm gonna file.
I know, man. With the church's money, you should have the best Wi-Fi. Man, I wish I had this soup picture again. Hey, check this out. Before we bring on our special guest, Coach Phillip Tanner, we're gonna check out an interview from last week game that me and J Mac are pissed off that we missed, but Coach Will and B Rise and Witt was in the house.
Appreciate it.
Big game.
Absolutely.
Big win.
Yes, sir.
Made history.
That's right.
Tell me about it.
Well, we talked to our kids all week about this moment, about capturing the moment. That was our theme of the week. This is one moment in the middle of our mission. It won't make or break the mission, but it dang sure is sweet when you can capitalize on it. And so this was an opportunity for us to go out and show the entire state that we're for real here. We haven't started 3-0 since 2005, and I can't tell you the last time we beat a ranked opponent. So for our group, for our kids, for our community, this was an awesome opportunity to show what we can do in the brand new stadium here at CISD.
Brand new stadium. A lot of energy.
Absolutely.
Beautiful stadium, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Now, I do want to talk about football.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let's talk about that first half. Go out, 14-3. Come out second half, they go down and score. The most impressive thing is you guys answer. Okay? So what did they see in you guys, and what adjustments did you make to increase that lead going into the fourth quarter?
Well, I knew going into the second half that they were going to make adjustments. They do one of the best jobs in the state of Texas. And I told my team, I told our coaches when we were there, I said, they're going to come out, they're going to run stretch. I know they're going to run stretch, and that's what they started running. I felt good. We were giving them a 5-man box on purpose to make them run the ball. And we felt like they couldn't block our guys. And so we made some adjustments up front when they started running some stretch. We kind of took that away from them. And we wanted to force them to fall in that. We were okay when they were handing the ball with the guys that they have outside that are electric. One of the things that I do want to harp on is something that we'll talk about is 14-3. We come out, we get the ball, and we start off with a big play. On the second down, we botch a snap, we get a holding, that takes us back. We punt the ball. They go down, and we stop them, and then we punt the ball, we drop the punt, they end up scoring. So right there at the beginning of that, we didn't start the half off with championship mentality. That's something that we'll preach on because we could have put them away. Right?
Well, what I would say is I think you did because champions pulled through in an adverse situation.
We did.
You guys answered the call.
We answered.
Right? So when you got that fumble, they went down and scored.
Yes.
What did y'all do?
We went and scored.
That's what champions do.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Coach.
I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Absolutely. The dub, baby. You heard it first. The dub.
Already, man.
Hey, great interview. Let me add one more thing to that, Pat. Not only that was a great interview, Will, but congratulations to Coach Gate. He is the Dave Campbell 6A Coach of the Week. So props to Coach Gate.
Right.
The dub, the whole crowd, studio audience is down there. Coach of the week. Hey, since we wasn't there, kind of give us y'all assessment of what y'all saw there, the stadium, the atmosphere, the energy. Is this something that can carry them a long way?
It was electric. I mean, it was an amazing atmosphere. I mean, when I tell you that place was jumping from top to bottom, they're unbelievable. They have a student section, and a student section was live, like big live. The energy, and most impressively, man, was just Mr. Warren. And they got a back over there that's special. When I say special, like special. When you look at him, he don't look like much. He looks slight, but he runs hard. He's physical when he runs the ball. He knows how to avoid hits. He's a big play waiting to happen. Defensively, man, like Coach Gates talked about, they was playing 5 in the box, and it was a beautiful thing because he knew they running back didn't have potential to take it to the house, and he knew they was better than them up front. On the back end, they came through, man. They held Lovejoy. They kept the ball in front of them. They didn't let anything get behind them. I mean, from top to bottom, man, all 3 levels, special teams, offense, defense, man. And here's one thing that I found, Coach Gates, man, is not only an incredible human being, but, man, I had to play for that dude. He got so much energy and raw emotion, man. It's unbelievable, man. So when you see those kids take on his personality and that team take on his personality, like they did in that scrimmage, you knew they was going to be special. But seeing them live and seeing what they was able to do, I mean, it's going to be a lot of big people put on notice. Like straight up, when you neutrality, you got to be able to bring it.
All right. Well, speaking of bring it, and we'll I want to bring our guest on right now. You know, sometimes we having them waiting in the background too long, but hey, let's give a dub welcome to PHILLIP Tanner. We're gonna bring him in like this.
There he is.
True.
All right, Coach. Welcome to the dub.
Man, glad to be here. Glad to be here.
What up,
Hey,
Coach?
so Coach, I'm gonna start off real quick. You know, I know you was with the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody knows that. I think some of that rubbed off on you. It looked like, is that a Jerry Jones wife collection in the background behind you?
Yeah, you know that's one of them Charlotte Jones collections, man. You know, I had to pick up.
All right, so she really be slanging that art and stuff. Like it's in the contract. Every player got to buy something.
Man, she designed the whole facility.
Hey, good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, I'm gonna pass it to the fellas. J Mac, you gonna start off?
Oh yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm glad I finally got you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I could have swore I sent you a DM about 3 months ago. But hey, better late than never, man. Better late than never, man. I'm happy you came, man.
Man, glad to be on.
All right, no problem, man. I guess the first question I got, you know, y'all 2-1 over there. Just kind of, can you just kind of tell us like, what was it about Southwest that made you apply for it, and when you got there, what was it that you saw, and what vision did you have when you got there?
Man, ever since I've been in the Burleson area, man, Burleson job was that defense coordinator job 2 years ago with John Kidnap, and I had gotten in communication with some of the Fort Worth ADs over there, and they had talked to me about the Eastern Hills job after the first year, and I was like, no, I'm right. I'll stay here at Burleson. And they came back with the Southwest job. And I said, I'll look into it. You know, at that point, I was like, man, I want to go ahead and be a head coach in Texas high school football, man. That's a great seat to sit in. So I made sure I went through the process. I checked out the school, talked with the principal. The principal what won me over. You know, he's an athletic guy. I seen the kids, and I heard the challenges. But one thing about me, I'm an inner city kid. So I embrace all the inner city challenges. And that's really what pulled me over to Southwest High School, man. It's just knowing I can jump into an inner city program and really build it from the ground up.
Oh yeah. So hey, you came out here, man. You came out here. You beat my guy Barnett and Hutch, man. Kind of broke my heart a little bit. You know, I was like, dang, he's just gonna come home and just ruin everybody Christmas. But hey man, I'm happy to see you. Like you say, man, you know, you no matter where you go, you still an Oak Cliff kid. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt about it.
Oh,
And
yeah, Oak Cliff.
that's all of us. That's what this show is.
Yes,
it's
sir.
just 5 homers from the cliffs talking a little football. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right, hey Phillips, since he said something about Oak Cliff, did you bring? Why you didn't get Oak Cliff to Romo, man? I think that some of that Oak Cliff influence would have gave us the Super Bowl, man. I'm just like,
now, I don't know if Rowe could have handled that, man. Dez had a little bit in him. Dez had enough in him, man. But I don't know if Rowe could have handled it.
Dez had enough for the whole team.
The whole team, man.
He had enough for all Oak Cliff. Like,
yeah.
You love Dez too.
Hey, let me ask you this: how many
Before I
teams
pass
did
it
you?
on. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, J Mac. I just wanted to ask a couple of quickie questions before I pass it on and you pass it on and they pass it on. So how many teams did you play with in the NFL? You were just gonna kind of touch on that briefly, walking back to your Kimball days and the Kimball job and all that, because I know we had some big time discussions about that in the past. But kind of walking back to the NFL, how many teams did you play for? Man,
I played in 3, man. I played my rookie contract. I played 3 years in Dallas, and I played 1 in Buffalo, and I finished up in San Francisco with Harbaugh.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I like Buffalo. It's one of my favorite AFC teams and stuff. I like the colors, the swag of the city. Can't stand the 49ers, so we can just cause it up right now.
You're a real one.
Look at him. He'll 49er, man.
Hey, I know when they gave you number 48, you had to kind of look twice. Then you looked
Hey,
at
I
that
went
number
where,
twice.
that check cleared every Tuesday, man. I don't care what number it's on there. You feel me? Hey, I'm an old Clip kid now. I don't care what number on there now.
Hey, you know what? You know, I ride with that answer. My uncle actually played for 49ers in the 70s. He wore number 49. So, you know, that. Yeah. Hey, the check cleared.
Hey, I'm a second that. When I was with the 49ers, they gave me number 68.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
They know you.
Hold up. We got a lot of people on this show. I'm looking at the live views. The live views is way up there. I don't see no comments, man. Y'all better start talking that talk. Y'all got a question for Coach Tanner, man? You know, he can't get y'all no more Cowboy tickets or whatever, but you know, if y'all got any questions.
Hey, Phillip, I got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
You think you the fastest coach in the DFW right now?
Oh, no question, man. And anybody can line it up. Whoever listens, anybody can line it up. You know, I still work out every morning for situations like this, just in case anybody wants to try me. You still go line it up.
Oh, we got the coach's 40-yard dash going on in.
Yeah.
Hey, you might be the strongest coach in the area too, huh?
Yeah, just let me know, man. Let me know we want to go figure all this out.
Okay.
We're not gonna line it up. Coach Paul and Muhammad and Langston look pretty athletic. We might have to line it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Coach Paul. Coach Paul.
Whenever they ready, now I'll take 20 on over to Houston School Road. I come this way.
Oh wow!
Hey, PINKSTON coach. He used to play in the NFL too, I believe.
Yeah,
hey man. Hey, all I'm gonna say is Phillip is a legitimate 4-3, right? So
yes.
So I remember this vividly. I don't know if you remember. You might remember this, Phillip. We was at Redbird Park, and we was sitting on, and Phillip was a senior in high school. We was sitting on the bench talking, and he had committed to the University of Houston, and he didn't want to go to the University of Houston, and he was in his feelings about something. And we just sat there and talked, and I was like, Phillip, man, you gotta do what's best for you, man. You the one that's gonna go to school. You the one that's gotta live this dream, man. Ain't nobody else success tied to you, and you know you gotta stand on your own and do your own thing, man. And that's when he decommitted from Houston and went to Middle Tennessee State, and the rest was history, huh?
Man, one of the best conversations I had in my life, man. Game changing conversation right there, for real.
Man,
wow,
I remember that, man. So to see him where he is now, man, is like a blessing, man. You know, particularly for somebody like me, man, just proud of him. You know, seeing where he came from. Man, we was at the convention and he had just got released from the Cowboys, and man, I must have took that dude around and introduced him to doggone every head coach I knew.
Yeah,
you know. But that's an Oak Cliff kid, and you know when you go places, you gotta reach back and help the people behind you, man. Particularly the people who are good people, man, and solid and stand up. So you know, man, kudos to you, bro.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
so happy.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate all the support too.
Yes, sir.
Your first victory, man. What was that like?
Man, it was love, man. Especially with, you know, it was a late hire. You know, you got in, and of course you want immediate success, but you're looking around like, man, I don't know if we'll be able to get the immediate success we want, you know, from just the time on task and learn the kids, learn the community, the kids growing on me, I'm growing on the kids. But man, to go out there, for one, to return the open and kick return, that was just a game changer right there. And the kids bought in fast, you know, so to win the first one, that was definitely great for the community, you know, especially with me coming in and the hype around my name and things like that, and the kids buying in. To go out and win the first one and have immediate success was really big time for the entire program.
So, hey, Phillip, so we had, at the beginning of the season, I said, you're going to judge the team by the opening kickoff or the opening first team's play. However that looks is how you're going to judge that team.
Yeah.
And granted, you are a special teams guy by trade. You know what I'm saying? So to see them execute at a high level and to do it at the first play of the season, really, right?
Of the season.
So once they do that, and then next thing you know, you done ran off 2 in a row, man. That has to be an amazing feeling. Would you care to describe that a little bit?
Yeah, man. It's one of those things where as a coach, you always look to see where you can get better at, man. But at the same time, you sit back and you got to count your small victories. You know, again, immediate success was going to be fast. You know, immediate success looked like, okay, the kids just buying in. But at times, you got to go out there and win football games. Going out there to win football games is how those kids start to trust you more. You know, when you tell a kid, make this block and this will happen, and it happens, that's when the kids are like, okay, cool. Now it's not that resilient and pushback anymore because the kids start getting that success, you know. So to preach special teams win games, special team win games, special teams win game, and then take the opening kick return back, win that game, you know. Going to Wilma Hudson, we let them know, okay, cool, we're going into a hostile environment. It's a Dallas ISD school. This is what we got to do to win. This is how we got to play to win. And they listen, they buy in, and they show that, and they come out victorious on the scoreboard, man. That's when those kids, you start getting more and more kids, you get more and more buy-in from the kids because they like, oh, we can trust coach. Because one thing about inner city kids, whether it's inner city Fort Worth or inner city Dallas, if they don't trust you, you're not gonna make it anywhere. Now, I don't care how good of a coach you think you are. If those kids do not trust you, they're not gonna play for you.
Right.
That's true. That's right on. Go ahead, B-Rise.
All right, coach. They said, no, you was a late hire coach. But my question for you is, what were some of your goals during the off season to get your team prepared for this upcoming season?
Man, to be honest, my goals in off season was just, man, to get kids out there, man. The first day I showed up for summer training camp, man, for summer conditioning, I had probably 17 kids now. I probably had 17 kids. So my goal was just to get kids out on the grass. You know, so it went from 17 to beginning of the season, we went out there with 90 kids now. So it was just that those are the things, just kids buying in. So my goal was just to go out there and grab the trust of those kids. You know, that's all I want to do is go out there and inspire those kids and get those kids to start believing in me and what I preached and the things that I spoke about, and just to speak the same language I was speaking. That was my only goal going into the offseason, was to have those kids speaking the same. It wasn't about scheme. It wasn't about offensive, defensive scheme. It was about inspiring those kids and grabbing those kids and earning those kids' trust. That was my only goal throughout the offseason and summer training.
Yes, sir. So, Coach, who are some players we need to look out for this year on your team? In the players,
man, of course, we got the big defensive end, man. Defensive end running back Raymond Carter. When I first took the job, man, I heard so many people tell me, "Hey, man, go keep Raymond Carter. Go find Raymond Carter." And I'm like, "Who is this Raymond Carter kid?" And when I seen him, I was like, "That's why." You know, so you know, he's one of those kids. He's a difference maker. He's raw. You know, he's just a baby. He's just a sophomore. You know, so he got things he can definitely improve on. You know, and shout out to Will. He want to be a Michigan guy. That's all he talk about is going to Michigan. Michigan this, Michigan that, Michigan this. You know, so every time he slack up, I say Harbaugh wouldn't like that. You know, Harbaugh wouldn't like that. But it's again, you get those kids trust because I played for the guy that he want to play for. You know, in San Fran, I played for Harbaugh, you know, so I can tell him what to expect and how Harbaugh want to go about things, and just find a way to push those kids' butt in the most respectful way, man, that you can definitely reach them. Another kid, Martavius Boswell, you know, cornerback, running back kid that can flat out play now. He's a difference maker. Martavius Boswell, a quarterback, Donovan Noden, he's a senior. Those guys coming out. Then our safety and receivers, Georgetown commit right now, Jalen Ferguson. Another guy, and all of them great kids now. We got a young group. We got a young group coming up. You know, we're losing some key pieces from the senior side. But again, I look at this as year zero. How can I go in and just implement my procedures, policy, and build my culture and foundation? I was cool with going 0-10. You know, that was my mind. If I go 0-10 and lay my foundation of my culture and those guys playing hard, I'm okay with that. But to come out and rip off 2 in a row, should have been 3 in a row. You know, I'm more than excited about the direction of this program.
Hey, Coach, I got a quick question. The kid you mentioned previously, you said Raymond Carter?
Yeah, Raymond Carter.
Okay, is that the kid? Did he also play basketball there last year?
Yeah, he did. He played Little League ball with the Wolverines. You know, and the dude's different. When I met the kid, he was like, "Yeah, Coach, I played running back, quarterback, receiver, DN." I'm like, "Man, you don't play nothing."
There's another kid. There's another kid in your program I met last year. I also referee. I was refereeing a basketball tournament, and this dude had to be about 6'1", 6'2", look like a grown man in the face, a full beard or something and everything. I'm trying to figure out who this.
Yeah, I think that's Raylan. We talking about Red Hat the shirt, had the locks. Yeah, that's
yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
Carter,
That's that same kid, bro. I met him
yeah.
last year. I was like, damn, you a freshman, bro?
Yeah, when I seen that kid, I sent him to some of my guys. I was like, yeah, man, this my running back at DN. They were like, yeah, you forgot to put coach on there. That may be a running back at DN coach. There ain't no kid. I was like, nah, it's a kid now.
That's a grown man, bro. He's a DN, bro. I was in shock when he was on that freshman team last year, and I was repping this game, and I just had to chop it up with him. And I talked to a couple of athletes there, great bunch of people or whatever. But yeah, I remember him specifically. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, good kid, man. But like at the same time, he's still a kid. You know, so he's gonna go out there and do sophomore things that you got to make sure you just reel him back in. You know, he's one of those kids you got to keep from reading the clippings. You know, keep from reading the newspaper and things like that, and just keep him level headed. And with the direction he's going, that kid will be able to go to whatever school he wants to.
And keep all the grown women from him because he look like a grown man. He got 2 jobs or something. I'm like, this dude is a grown man. God, dog. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Who y'all got this week, though?
We got we off this week. Then we open up district ODY, and I'm hearing that's the big one now. That's the one for all the bragging rights around Fort Worth right now. Is
we might go that game
now.
So what do they call that game?
Man, I don't know what they call it right now, but all I know is they talk about it all the time, man. And it's supposed to be some type of disrespect because ODY it's their homecoming. You know how you made us the homecoming team.
They don't put homecoming.
Man,
is that on the
homecoming team?
Oh, next Friday.
Yeah, but yeah, they fired up about that ODY game, man. That's one of the big games for them that they're excited about. Crosstown rivalries and things like that. So the biggest thing with that is just keeping our guys level headed, going out and just playing Southwest football.
Hey, coach, looking at your schedule, look like y'all got a shot at the playoff.
Yeah, we do. The thing about it is we just got to go ahead and compete in district, and you know the 2 big ones going to be that back-to-back, that 10-7, 10-14, going out to Colleyville and going out to Grapevine. You know, 2 historically pretty good programs. You know, that's going to be out there. That's going to run the football. That's what they're going to do. They're going to run the football, and they're going to play tough football, and they're going to be coached really well. You know, so just preparing my guys for that environment. You know, going out there in the environment, I was able to see what that environment looked like with being able to coach at Burleson last year, and what those environments are entrenched in. So just getting my guys prepared to go out there and compete against those guys.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I like that College Heritage game too.
Yeah, the Heritage game. I might have to go to that, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty good program.
A guy that's in our Facebook group, his son is on that Heritage team. He's a freshman, and I believe he's starting at safety, man. He's good. Yeah. He's really good. So I might have to make it out there to that game, man. But that's kind of big, man. Y'all at 5A and a big, you know, that's a good district.
Yeah, it is.
That you're in, man.
Yeah.
So do you got guys going both ways, or y'all?
Yeah, we do. We do. You know, we got a few going both ways. But again, from watching high school football around DFW in the state of Texas, man, every school, I don't care if you got 600 guys on roster, the best 11 gonna play now. You know, when you start seeing teams like Alito have guys that go both ways, Allen, you know, South Lake. So it's not about just, they don't have numbers reason why guys going both ways. In high school football, your best players got to play. Your best players, and then they're gonna play both sides of the football. I remember Michael Crabtree going to play safety. So those are things like that where, you know, you got to understand in high school football, you're not going to have offensive player, defensive player. Your best player is going to be on the grass at all times.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's I don't blame you. I don't blame you for that one. But you're right, because we were just talking today, and guy from Duncanville, the sophomore, he's gonna be starting at safety and wide receiver now. But I mean, he's a ESPN, you know, top athlete 2025. So
yeah.
So you're right. You're right about that.
Hey, so you said you're gonna go out there and play Southwest football. What is Southwest football?
Man, Southwest is relentless football with a dog mentality. Now, disciplined athletes with grit. That's what we call it. We have a chip on our shoulder. It's an us against the world mentality. The only guys we care about is the guys in that locker room. That's it. Those are the only guys that matter. Guys that get on that bus and get off that bus. So we're gonna play together. You know, a true brotherhood in everything that we do, playing for the guy beside us, regardless of the score. who the team we playing against. We'll play anybody, anywhere, Walmart parking lot, wherever you want to lace it up at. Southwest gonna come play now, and we gonna play hard-nosed, gritty football. And that's just who we are. You know, if we got 30 guys, we got 30 gritty guys. Less is more. There's plenty of us.
Yeah, less is more. Absolutely.
Hey, Coach, I looked at your schedule a while ago, and I can't help but notice that y'all play Northside. And it's just so happening that y'all and Northside both just beat Wilma Hutchins in back-to-back weeks. So it's safe to say that game they're going to be like, for the bragging rights on, well, both of y'all beat Hutch, so the winner of that game going to be the Dallas Killers. What you think about that?
I don't think Hutch that deep.
I'm still a Dallas ISD guy through and through now. Let's get that understood. And I don't know much about Fort Worth, you know, and I told them that going to interview, man, I don't know much about Fort Worth. I know about inner city, but I don't know much about Fort Worth. So as far as the schools and their traditions, again, I respect them all, but again, it's nameless, faceless opponents, man. Whoever on the schedule, man, that's who we're going to play. You know, so I'm learning.
I'm a high school fan.
I don't even know where Northside is. I don't know what Northside is. I don't know what none of them is, but all I know is when we get on the bus and head to Clark, Ferriton, or whatever, we get off the bus and go play football.
And I was just going to say, I follow a lot of high school football over the years, even Fort Worth, Dallas, everywhere. Southwest has always been a playoff caliber team, always have been. I do know the history on that. Southwest is always somewhere in the thick of things. Northside, on the other hand, has been one of those, like, no disrespect to no Dallas school when I say this. Northside has been like a sunset for years, but it's in the last 2 or 3 years, I believe, they have risen up and made the playoffs. So they just now starting to get it together over there. South Hills, they like nah, and let's see who else out there. Polytech, nah. Dunbar and OD Wide always somewhere in the mix. Also, let's say in a certain district. So y'all got some pretty good, power out there. Which, like I said, with Shaw, OD Wide, Dunbar, Trimble Tech is a sometimer. 1 year Trimble Tech can be good. The next Trimble Tech can be awful. So you never know what they're gonna have. Let me see who else out there. Oh yeah, Eastern Hills. Eastern Hills always that's sneaky forward squad. So I would say Southwest, from what I've been looking at over the years, has probably been the most dominant one.
Yeah,
that I can remember.
I think Arlington Heights plays some good football too. Now
Arlington Heights, yeah. I left out there. Arlington Heights.
They are right.
Arlington Heights.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the Wilma Hutchins game, walk us through that game, man.
Yeah, I mean, so the Hutch game, I knew it was going to be competitive. Now, I knew Hutch was going to have athletes, and I knew they was going to take shots. I really like the quarterback a lot. Now, I like the quarterback a lot, but going into that game, I said he's going to have to beat us throwing the football. I said if we wake up Saturday morning, he threw for 300, then I tip my hat to him. You know, I knew he was better on his feet, on his legs, making guys miss. So I said if we can just contain that guy, he's going to throw it up now. He's going to throw it up. And like I said, we got a 6'4" safety back there that kind of erased the middle of the field. So I knew if he was going to throw it up, we had to make him pay with interceptions and things like that. So just scouting those guys and knowing that when times got hard, he's going to try to take a shot. But if we can just contain number 4 and keep him from beating us with his feet, I knew we was going to have a shot. I felt we was going to be able to run the football a little bit, which we were. And then just stand in that game mentally. Just staying mentally locked in and competing down after down after down. And I knew we was going to come out and win that football game.
I have a question for you real quick. Someone on the book has said, what is your best Oak Hill Super Bowl memory?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think it had to be my senior year. Growing up with those guys, man, and going through that game for 3 years. It was our last one going against each other, man, and just growing up with guys like Crabtree, Hamilton, Adrian Hamilton, and all those guys, man, and just competing with each other our entire life. And you looking at where this may be the last time we play against each other. So I think that was the most memorable one. I think they beat us. I want to say 14. It was a close game. and things like that. And I probably had 45, 50 yards. You know, the whole game was stop Tanner. But again, regardless of what that score was or what the fans was, man, when we played that game, man, it was such a brotherhood on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball, because we all either played with the Redbird Raiders, the Oak Cliff Cowboys, you know. So we grew up together, you know. So it was such a healthy competition in that football game. Whether the game didn't mean district championship, it wasn't going to determine we went to state or playoffs, anything like that. But that game meant so much to us as kids, being able to just go out there and let our hair down and play against our brothers. You know, it was relative. It was guys you went to middle school with. You know, guys that went to Brown that went to the Carter, or guys that went to Atwell that came to Stumble. You know, so it was a true brotherhood, both sides of the ball.
Real quick, you played with Cam Nelson, right?
Yeah. Me and Cam.
That was my boy.
Yeah. Cam was a hell of a player. Now, you know, we all ran track together with Texas Pete. We grew up. We got out the mud together from 9 years old. You know, 9 years old all the way through the ranks.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Hey, so before we get out of here, Phillip, tell us, man, what is it that you learned from Kitna? Cause I know you was over there with Kitna, and wasn't you kind of like since he been in high school, kind of working with him on and off?
Yeah. So before I started coaching with Coach Garrett with the Cowboys, Kitna had hit me up. He was at Wassahatchee. You know, Kitna's a true high school football guy. So he was at Wassahatchee. So I would go out there and I help him through scouting reports and things like that, scout team stuff, and just help him with some special team stuff as well. But one thing I learned from Kit, man, is just the character building and the organization of a program. You know, how important it is to be organized. And of course, it's easier to be organized when you got all the resources, but at the same time, man, what he instilled in me, what I learned from him, just from an organizational perspective, and also just inspiring kids, you know, the character perspective. A lot of people put the horse before the carriage. You know, they want to go out there and all they want to talk about is schemes, schematic, plays, and things like that. But if you don't reach down and inspire them kids first, man, and get them kids just to have a culture mentality or a grind, a gritty mentality, you're not going to get far in football. You know, you may win early, but you're not going to win. It's not going to be longevity. You know, if you look at it from Sock to Alito, Buck got to Alito in 93 now. He didn't win his first one in 2001, 8 years now. Same thing with Todd. You know, Todd got there, didn't win one for 8 years, but those guys were persistent in who they were and building that culture, regardless of scheme, regardless of what coaches came in. Any coach that came in, they had to get with the program as well. And that's what you see from programs that win it year out year and competitive year out year. It's a culture. It's the way they play. Southlake, the way those Dodge boys got those guys playing, it's understood why they can win and be competitive year out year, regardless of who's in that locker room. And that's why it's important to really lay a solid foundation and build a culture, because no matter who comes in the locker room, they got to understand what the culture is they're walking into, and you'll always be competitive in high school football with that mindset.
Oh, yes, sir, man. I thought that was neat the way y'all connected and pretty much kind of been going up through that high school thing. And now that you branched off, I just thought that was pretty cool, man. That's
and like I said, me and Kitten still keep in touch, man. He comes to the practice. I go to their practice. If I need some equipment, I can call Kitten. You know, his budget like 10 times better than mine now. So, So when I need something, I make sure I give them a call. So if y'all come to one of our sub-varsity games and see kids out there with black helmets on, just know where they came from now.
Hey, Coach, I got a question for you real quick, Pat. Are we gonna see a Campbell Southwest in 2 years?
Oh, most definitely. Now I definitely gotta set that up. That's a must. We gotta make that happen, man. Me and my boy Cal Ward, you know, those good friends of mine. So that's all we talk about, man. PT guys said, I say, you know, as soon as I get the chance, we gotta set that up.
Already. Okay. Hey, that'll be a good thing. We need some more of that Oak Cliff stop six action.
Yeah. I think that Dallas ISD Fort Worth, man. Like, think about it is like when I was in school, I didn't understand it, but walking in those cabins around Fort Worth, man, they do not like Dallas now.
No. You can't. Hey, when people in Fort Worth say they are from Fort Worth, they
do not fool with Dallas. They do not fool with Dallas at all. They're gonna make understood we from Fort Worth. So
absolutely.
Just bringing a healthy competition with that Dallas versus Fort Worth, because the Fort Worth kids feel like they always been looked at as little brother to Dallas ISD. You know, so just bringing that healthy competition. And just bringing a true Dallas and Fort Worth rivalry, you know, on a healthy competition, you know, and that's what I'm here for, and that's what I want to bring to the state of Texas. I think it's for the DFW area, it's paramount that we start that.
So real quick, man, before we let you go, since you say Dallas versus Fort Worth, we had an accident last week.
Yeah.
Right? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, my thoughts on it is one of those things where I think you got to get ahead of it. You know, you got to get ahead of it, and you got to understand the intensity that's going to go into a Dallas versus, you know, Fort Worth football game. You know, and try to get ahead of it fast, man. Stay in the official's ear. You know, try to tell. I don't like it. It's distasteful on both. I'm not one to point the finger and say who did what or who didn't do anything. But again, that's why it's always paramount to go into a program and stamp your culture of your character on it. Those are the things you control, man. How you get off the bus, how you get on the bus, how you conduct yourself through adverse times. And I think we as coaches from Dallas, Fort Worth, all around the Metroplex, man, we got to take pride in going out there and rewriting the narrative, you know, because believe it or not, man, outside of Dallas, and Fort ISD, all the suburban schools say, okay, cool, they're going to have athletes, all right, but one thing, they're not going to be disciplined. They're not going to play hard at all times, you know, and we can get in their head. So I tell my kids all the time, man, we're here to rewrite the narrative. You know, we're going to pass our classes. We're going to go out and handle our business accordingly. We're not going to be front runners. If we losing, we still going to go fight. You know, we're going to keep our chin up. We're not going to do all the bickering, the pushing. That's not going to happen. We're not throwing helmets on the sideline. We're not pointing fingers, any of that, man. So our goal is just definitely to rewrite the narrative, you know. So it's hard seeing that. Of course, it hit the news and things like that. But I myself at Southwest and throughout the Fort Worth area, and I'm doing it for inner city schools now. It's bigger than Fort Worth. It's bigger than Southwest. You know, I'm doing it for all inner city schools to show that we do have character. We do have discipline. It's more than we just got kids. You know, it's quick from all outside of all of this. Oh, they just got kids. They just got kids. No, we got kids that are gonna do the right thing. You know, we got kids that's gonna graduate high school. We got kids that can go to college and stay in college past Halloween. You know, so that's the narrative that we rewrite right here at Southwest, and man, going all the way through the Fort Worth area.
Well, Coach Phillip Tanner, we appreciate you coming on the show. You know, so we support the brand, you know, and this is like brand awareness. People are recognizing Southwest now, and you're putting them on the map one victory at a time. We appreciate you, and you have a great year.
Hey, next time bring some of your kids, Coach.
Man, I got you, man. Just let me know, man. We'll be happy to jump on at any time now.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Y'all take care.
Yes, sir. On the other side of this commercial break, we are going to bring on Coach Derrick Lewis, representing Pinkston, another inner city school that's making big noise in the dub. We'll be back after this commercial.
It's official. The Dub is the #1 high school podcast in the 214-817-972-469. And every point in between. Hear from your favorite coaches, players, and high school teams in the Dub. Every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Join us on Facebook, Texas Youth and High School Sports, and on Twitter. And our new YouTube page, hosted by Whitfield Roderick, Brian Riser, Pat Boteezy, and Jay Mack, only on the Dub.
Right. We are back. We are back. We're happy to bring on our next guest, representing them Pinkston Vikings in the house. Coach Lewis, what it do?
How you doing, fellas? LGP, baby.
Yes, sir.
What it do, Coach?
Y'all living, man. Appreciate me on, man.
Hey, how that freshman game go?
When I left, nothing, and I think they called the game on the freeway on Highway 30. We put a pretty good show.
No doubt.
Oh,
Yeah.
man,
And that's a sign of a good program is when you can beat them from the freshman team all the way up to the varsity. I was looking at South Oak Cliff, the way they just been running through everybody on their freshman team. It's been ridiculous, and that's how you build a program. You got to start from that level and stuff. So, one, give us the history on you as before you got to Pinkston, and then how long you've been at Pinkston and the building process. Because you know Pinkston has not been on anybody's minds or thoughts or prayers as far as the football scene in a long, long time. I was pulling up pictures from the 70s trying to see the Pinkston swag or whatever. But you here. So tell us how you got here.
So, fellas, I don't want to take up the whole podcast because I can with all where I've been and what I've done. So, started at the University of Texas, 4-year letterman. Got a lot of people know I caught the pass against Nebraska, roll left. After that, I went to the St. Louis Rams, spent 1 year over there, and man, we won the Super Bowl. Got hurt my second year, was on IR my third year. Left the league with about 400 grand in my pocket, guys. Really, I did. I went back to New Orleans, went to my house, had a car. I was set. My dad. Long time bus driver in New Orleans. He came in my house and he told me, hey, man, you all sitting down depressed. Man don't work, he don't eat. My dad's real simple. So you need to get a job. And I said, man, what job am I going to get when I don't have an education? And he asked me, he said, guys, he said, young fella, let me help you. Nobody held you down in the bed and didn't let you go to class. Nobody held you down in the dorm room, didn't make you go to class. So here's what you need to do. You need to get off your tail. Understand that I raised a man, not a football player. He did that for a reason, fellas. That joker had me drive that bus for about 12 months. After 12 months, man, spit at, shot at, cursed by old women, all kind of people just really giving me all kind of hell. I called Mac Brown and I asked him to come back to school, and went back to school, got my degree, and then I started as a GA. Was on the national championship team as a GA. Coach Vince Young, Coach Michael Finley, Coach David Thomas, coached all those guys. Then I got my first break at the University of Minnesota. My old position coach called me and told me, hey, man, I'd like for you to be the tight ends coach at Minnesota. Went there gladly, spent 4 years there. Then I left, and then we got fired, and then I got the University of Florida gig with Will Muschamp. Spent 4 years down there, had Jordan Reed, and man, he was a big-time player. Finished second in the John Mackey Award, winning deal for best tight end in the country. And man, hey, after that, I left and I went to Air Force, and we had a bad miscarriage, my wife and I. We lost a baby girl. And I got an 11-year-old son, man. And I looked at my wife and I said, I'm going to step down and I possibly get a high school job. And then I stepped down. We ended up going to Pflugerville Conley. I didn't even coach football, guys. I coached track. I just wanted to get my feet wet and understand what high school was. And after that, I got a job at Aldine Davis, special teams coordinator, associate head coach. And then I got my first job at PINKSTON. I interviewed for Skyline first. I didn't get it. Then Troy brought me back and had me interview for PINKSTON, and I got the job. All right. So after that, all right, when I first got the job at PINKSTON, I got hired July 31st. The janitor gave me the keys and he laughed. So I grabbed him by his wrist and I said, big fella, I don't know where you been, what you guys have been doing, but it's not going to be what you think. And I started from there, man, and I built it from the ground up. As the young kids say, got it out of the mud, had 8 players, recruited a quarterback out of Buffalo Wild Wings. We had some time in between a year or two when we were young, and we had the middle school in there. We had to find our way. And now we're on solid foot, and I got all the young babies ready to play for me now. So I think we're in good shape.
All right. What year? So is this the first year or the second year of the program?
This is my 5th year.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Fifth year.
5th year. Okay. Okay. I was hearing about July 31st, and I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, so you said the janitor gave you the keys, and they laughed. That's what they're used to, but you have changed the culture. So what does it go into changing the culture, especially on the west side? Now I will say this: the west side has gone through a revitalization as far as the look. It don't look the way it did back in the day. I used to roll through there and try to get the hell out of there before midnight.
It's not like what you think, man. We have really good. We haven't had a male fight in 5 years since I've been. No male on male violence, man. The kids are actually pretty good. What we have at PINKSTON is the argumentative spirit. All right. All our kids like to argue. They like to talk back and forth. So I came up with a thing, man. It's called row the boat. I got a boat over. Vikings go to war, right? They go by vessel, they row on sea, they get on land, loot and pillage. So what I came up with, row the boat. We have to all row in the same direction. We have to be together. And in order to do that, we all got to be on one accord. We got to play together as a team. What we have going on the west side is a revitalization, but we still have some people that's stuck in the old ways. They just got to get out of their old ways and understand that we got to create an atmosphere for the kids. I'm all for fans going off in the stands, the head coaches. Let's support the kids, and I think we're getting solidly to that with our community.
No doubt. Speaking of the community, is Odom's Barbecue still down the street from the PINKSTON?
Brother, best in the land. I didn't know it was best in the land. I went to University of Texas. I thought Salt Lake was, but man, Odom's got them beat about 5 points.
Bruh, yeah, that's my spot, man. I used to go to the one in Duncanville and the one on the west side. So yes, sir.
Chop beef, baby, all day.
Yes, sir. All day, every day, and they pile it on.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's talk about scheduling and stuff. So are we looking at looking at big win against Seagerville, against Jack and the boys and stuff, and we definitely had Coach Steven Jackson on and supported them and stuff like that. What was that game like? What was that atmosphere?
First thing, man, Coach Jackson and that staff has come a long way in a short time, man. They're doing a really good job, man. Kudos to those guys. For us, we ended up scrimmaging Seagerville years ago. So our kids kind of had a feel of what the game would be like and what they would bring to the table. So I asked my Mike linebacker, Melvin Kelly, as I was doing scheduling, I said, okay, we scheduled 3 5A teams last year in Madison last year, and I brought them through a gauntlet because I had a lot of middle school kids that was coming up as freshmen, and I wanted to let them understand that, hey, guys, this is different on varsity. And we kind of spit the bit a little bit. We tail spin. But when I asked Melvin, I said, okay, I think we can schedule Seagerville. Do you want to schedule them? And his words was, say, Coach, we can beat them, and I believe in our group. So at the end of the day, it was a deal where our kids were familiar with Seagerville and knew what the challenge would be, and they rose to the occasion. So kudos to those guys wanting to schedule those guys. That was all player driven. That was not me. I asked.
You know what? I remember we had Coach Todd on the show. He said a similar thing. He let the players kind of have a hand in that schedule and stuff, and giving them ownership. So it's like, hey, you want this? You're gonna have to take out the challenge. And so same thing with you.
Exactly right, man. If you want it, get up for that. There's no need to ask questions. Those guys know this is what they want. That's what they got to do. So that's exactly right.
I was telling the fellas, I think I told J Mac that I had talked to you previously in the summertime on some other stuff, and I told him that you had the swag of a Coach Todd or whatever. You just had that infectious personality and stuff like that. Just talking to you over the phone, and it jumps out on the screen as well. I feel like that is an important element in coaching because you got to win them over. You can't come in there soft, you can't come in there friendly, you can't come in there being a complete asshole leader. So, what was your technique on winning them over, especially with the fact that you came from New Orleans? I'm from Natchitoches, so I already know, that's getting it out of the mud when you come from the boot.
Hey, it took a while for the kids to understand my swag. I am, man. I was raised by some old school guys. All right. If a man won't say it, he won't do it. That's a quote from my grandfather. All right. So everything I say, I'm gonna make sure I do. All right. So they know from the beginning that if Coach Lewis say it, he gonna get it done, and he gonna try his very best to do it. The next thing is that, hey, man, before you can take a man into battle, you gotta first win the talk. There's no man on the face of this earth is gonna go fight with you if he don't have utmost respect and the utmost care about you to go into that war and say, this guy can lead me into battle. So you got to capture a man's heart. So basically what I did was, I was me, man. I'm gonna be me. That's all I know how to be. And if you don't like it, it is what it is. If you love it, it is what it is. I'm gonna be me 24/7, 365. And I think that realness comes off to the kids no matter where you're from. I'm a football guy. If you like football, then it's hard not to love me.
Yes, sir. Did Pat just left out? What's Coach Clark? Pat
got to change a pamper, get a bottle. You got to do something. Make sure somebody.
I don't know. I feel like
there you go. There you go.
Go ahead.
I'm actually producing back here, so I'm producing the show at the same time. So I kind of jump out sometimes to do some producing. So my bad. But great answers, man. Hey, love it. I'm gonna pass it on to the fellas. I see Matt. I see you in the background for the prediction, sir. So we'll be jumping to that too.
Hey, I got a question for you, Coach.
Yes,
what year were you at Minnesota?
I was at Minnesota from 2007 to 2010.
Okay. And you did you get a chance to you coached with Coach Chambers?
Yes, I did.
Bruce.
Coach Chambers is our really good friend.
How was that?
Awesome. Hell of a guy, unbelievable coach, unbelievable mentor. He still mentors me to this day. I don't have nothing but the utmost respect for Coach Chambers. He's helped me out in situations and countless doggone decisions that I was about to make. He told me not. That's my guy through and through.
Yeah. No, Coach Chambers, good dude, man. He I was my D coordinator in high school, so that's good stuff, man.
You know, Coach.
Yeah. So look, man, I had a chance to coach at Texas with Strong, man. Talk about Texas, man, and like what's real with Texas? Was you excited about this weekend? What's your prediction? Like, are we gonna see Texas actually see something through? What's going on, man?
I'm gonna cut you off because I just had a heated debate with everybody that was with me at the University of Texas when we was winning with Mac Brown. All right. So I'm about to run down the list of coaches. And I'm going to tell you one thing they got in common. Fred Akers, he called plays, fired. John McAvee called plays, fired. Charlie Strong called defensive plays, fired. Okay. Tom Herman calling offensive plays, fired. When you call plays at the University of Texas and you are the head coach, it's hard to maintain that job. Because here's why. The thing at the University of Texas is you will get every athlete known to man that can play. As the head coach, you have to manage the points. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that the kicker the week before against Louisiana Monroe kicked the field goal and missed it. And you got to tell me that he was scared of Louisiana Monroe. He was not. He was afraid of what was coming. So the guy that I was raised under, Mac Brown, would get you out of stretch and just call field goal because he understood that that was points. Okay. When you calling plays and you're trying to strategize, you cannot manage the game. Can't do it. So he missed valuable points because he didn't get the field goal team ready, in my opinion. Now, I love Sark. I think he's a great coach, but he got to put the play sheet down and manage the game. Every coach that I just named, they tried it and they got fired because you have to manage it. There is no other way to do it. You cannot call plays and be the head coach.
Well, what I can tell you about Strong is I know for 3 years he didn't, or however long.
Okay.
He was there. Then his last year he had to, which was my first year there, because we weren't very good on defense. You know what I mean? So when you talk about Texas, man, and you from Louisiana, right? Or did you go to high school in Texas?
No, I went to high school in New Orleans.
So how they gonna get you from all the way in New Orleans and you fly over LSU to come to Austin?
Real simple. They fired Curly Holman and they hired Gary DiNardo. I was a tight end and played in the Power Wide system. And in order for me to get the league, I had to be somewhere where they threw the ball. Gary DiNardo was at Vanderbilt. He ran triple option. And he told me, he said, I'm going to throw the ball, I promise you, Derrick. And then he went and got Herb Atala. Now, I could throw better than Herb Atala. Herb Atala couldn't throw. I was playing with Herb Atala since I was 7 years old. So when he got Herb, I was like, Coach, I don't think so. You know, so I ended up going to Texas. I actually tripped at Nebraska because they wanted me to play tight end. I tripped at LSU because they wanted me to play tight end. I tripped at Pittsburgh because they wanted me to play, and I tripped at Texas. And then my last trip, I went to USC. You know what I mean?
Good, man. Well, congratulations, man. We're excited for you, man, for real. You know, who y'all got this week?
We got Wilma Hutchins. Well, International. Arlington Newman International.
Are you looking ahead, Coach?
No, I'm not looking ahead. Got a feeling. Coach. I got a feeling. No, I got.
Okay, hey, I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying it sounds like you ain't really thinking about international. You done circled this Hutch date and you ready for that one. Like it feel like you got something personal in that one. I gotta get that one. Oh yeah.
Hey man, look, listen. All right. There's a few games that you circle, all right, and the Wilma Hutchins game has been one that I think our kids need to get over the hump. They want to play it. They need to play it. And we kind of had them on the ropes, I think, year 3. And at the last second, they ran it in and scored a touchdown. And it's been on our mind for a while. So I'm not looking ahead, but I'm feeling ahead. That makes sense. I'm feeling ahead. I really am.
No, that don't make sense, Coach. But I feel like it works in your head, though. So I feel like that's the only head it matters in right now. I feel like shit is next man up, whoever we playing. That's who's gonna get all that.
Yeah, Coach. To me, opponents are nameless and faceless, but certain guys, after being in this for 5 years or so, man, I really want to give a good showing against those guys because they've gotten the better of us, Coach, for 4 years now. I'm gonna tell you, Coach Barnett do a hell of a job. They've gotten the best of us for 4 years, and we have taken the beatings. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think our kids are ready to fight back.
Me more, Coach. I'm with you. Some games, like that Hutch game, that Carter game, those are programming changing wins. So I'm with you. I'm with you all the way, Coach.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Rod, you got something?
Yeah, man. Whoa, yeah.
Rod too big in the connection on here. I feel like Chuck Woolery.
Speaking of games, like Will just said a while ago, like program changing games.
Yes, sir.
Over the years, I'm pretty sure you know this too. Over the years, people will look at y'all and look on the schedule and say, "Pinkston, that's a W." And like Will said, I'm affiliated with Carter. I know what we've done over the years when we see y'all on the schedule. And we see we got Wilma Hutchins week after y'all, and we got y'all. And we'll say, well, we ain't gonna play past third quarter. We'll rest our starters. So with y'all being 3-0 this year, man, I think a lot of teams looking at y'all now and saying, hey, Pinkston ain't playing no games. It ain't gonna be a cakewalk like it's normally been. We ain't gonna be up 30-0 at halftime and playing our JV quarterback. So how do it feel to have that respect? That have that respect for people.
So I'm gonna push back a little bit. With respect, we haven't done a dang thing. We just to me, it's all about every week you show and prove what you can do. We trying to be 1-0 after every week. All right. I only got 3 goals in the program, and I will retire when I stop. Win the first game, win district, win. If that's not the mindset mentality, then I don't want you around. Because to me, it states that you are satisfied with accepting being average. Winning 3 games to me is just average. Having people respect you is average. I want people to come to the games and say, hey, man, if we don't play, we will lose the game. So just to be around the game, just to be around, hanging in there, fighting, that's not what I'm about. And I think our kids now kind of understand what I was talking about when I first got to Pinkston. It's not the swagger, it's the confidence and the belief because you work hard. Man, when I got to Pinkston, I heard the coach was letting them go 15 minutes and they went home. How you gonna win if you just practice 15 minutes and go home on a Tuesday with a Friday game? The culture wasn't set right. So I agree with Coach Tanner. You have to set the culture. And I think we've set the foundation and we set in the culture that, hey, man, we're not going to show up to the game and just punch a ticket. You're not just going to come out here and just, you're going to roll the hat out and it be different. You're actually going to have to play. And that's what I'm trying to get to right now. You have to play against us. You have to strategize. You got to watch tape. You got to make sure you contain our best players. Because before that, you were right. Perennial doormats. Saw Pinkston on the schedule, and they exited. They didn't even circle it. They just exited, talking about, okay, here go a dub. We gonna be 10-0. We good. Don't even worry about the 10th game because it's Pinkston. That's what we getting past. The new school helps. The new environment helps. The new atmosphere helps. The kids got more energy. And we got a theme this year, man. Row the boat. We just rowing the boat. And I'm gonna push back again. We haven't done a dang thing. Nothing.
And Coach, speaking of which, man, I'm gonna be the first one to do it. I'm pretty sure everybody gonna fall in line with me. But one thing here on the dub, we keep it real at all time, man. We don't sugarcoat with no coaches, nobody. So we did our top 10 last week, and y'all with the 10th game. It didn't even probably take 3 seconds to say, Sigerville, move on. So I'm saying it right here, Swaggy Wit, looking right your eyes and telling you, I apologize for doubting you. What about you, Will? Can't hear you.
I mean, congratulations, Coach. I'm just messing with you. I'm not going to apologize for my win because I really thought Sigerville was going to beat you. It was a great game. You got to prove this wrong, man. Just keep going, man. And I'm proud of you, bro. For real.
I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, I'm going to leave y'all with this. It's not the best team that wins. It's the team that plays the best on the day that wins.
That day. That day.
Right.
Yep.
Hold on, Pat. Coach, real quick. Tell me about this player I've been hearing about, man. Cam Childress.
Kamari Childress. Hey,
Yeah, Kamari. Yeah, I call him Cam.
hey, listen, guys. I'm gonna tell you, I done coached a lot of football and coached a lot of great players. I done coached a lot of average players and coached a lot of good players. But no player I have ever coached has come as far as this kid has come from last year to this year. He has walked the desert and he's believing in himself. And guys, the kids believe in him. And man, look, I can't be more pleased with the kid. Hats off to him. He has done a spectacular job along with the offensive coaches, man, bringing this kid along. Because I didn't think, Coach, he could chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, to be honest. After watching last tape, I was like, man, we need to find a quarterback. But Coach, he did everything we asked him to do and then some. He did extra. He got the kids to come to workouts. He had his own 7-on-7 stuff. He did everything we asked him to do, and they believe in it. So I can't speak any highly of Cameron Childress than I am, man. I'm telling you, the kid has been a godsend. He has worked his tail off, along with the offensive coaches, working their tail off to help them guys. Before I leave, man, I'm going to give a shout out to 3 guys, man, because I had 3 coaches last year. I only had 3 coaches last year. Coach Moore, Coach Hill, and Coach Brinkley. I call those guys the commission. That's my commission. If I need to talk about something, talk about what's going on in the fabric of football or talk about fabric and the culture of Pinkston, they always there, man. They will do anything to help those kids. Anything, man. And I give them all the props in the world. All right. They have done a tremendous job. And let's keep pushing.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on the dub.
Yes, sir.
On my mic. We definitely look forward to having you out again. What game should we come see? Is it going to be the Wimmer Hutchin game? Is that the game we need to come as a dub?
I'll come to that game.
All right, that's the game we're going to come.
That's at Hutch, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
On Thursday. On a Thursday.
Oh,
yeah.
that works.
That's
that
perfect.
works. That's perfect. So we're going to put that on the dub list. Love your energy, Coach. Love everything you bring into the West Side. The West Side needed this. revitalization project, and you're doing a great job at bringing
Yes, sir.
glory to PINKSTON.
Yes, sir.
I was looking at the schedule. I'm seeing at least 7-3, just off of what I've seen, and that to me means that you're in the playoffs. So, hey,
I
keep
love it.
pushing.
I don't do predictions. 1-0 after every week, man. That's all.
There it is. Oh yeah, as a coach, you
Hey,
got to.
hey, I wanna give a shout out to you, man, and Coach G, which is Coach Griffin in basketball. Y'all doing a hell of a job at that school, man. That school is beautiful as hell. I love that school. That school is beautiful as hell. Y'all doing a wonderful job over there, man. As two black African American coaches, I'm proud of both of y'all, and just keep the West going, man.
Hey, man, Coach Griff, A1 guy, man. I love him to death, man. He's doing an outstanding job. Appreciate it.
Hey, Coach Carter, you had something before we go?
No, Coach, I'm good, man. I just want to tell you, man, we appreciate everything you're doing, man. May God continue to bless you and your team and keep you guys safe and healthy for the rest of the season, man. And keep making the ISD proud, keep making Dallas proud, and keep putting on for West Dallas, man. Appreciate
No
you.
doubt, baby. I appreciate you guys. LGP
Yes,
for life.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach, I gotta meet you. I gotta meet with you anyway on some other business. So we'll meet at Odom's barbecue or something and chop it up.
Let's do it, man. Let's get some chopped beef, man. I'll bring the oar. We'll roll the boat. I get the doggone canoe, throw a fish trap, get everybody in there, so go roll the boat, baby.
Hey, I can't wait till we got that next week, man. That's Hudson next week, right? He gone.
Yes, sir.
Nah,
Yes, sir.
it's just dark.
Okay, then.
It's
Hey, I
just
can't
dark,
wait to
sir.
see you out there, Coach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys, man. No doubt.
Yes, sir. You be blessed.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You blessed. Appreciate y'all anytime, baby.
All right.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right,
Game
guys.
picks.
Hey, two great coaches on tonight, man. Super excited about what that. You know what? I think this show, you know, it's not to pat ourselves on the back at all, but I think this show really gets to highlight the best of what's going on in the city. It's a revitalization program. It's like everybody we talk to gets this new energy, it's new programs that's rising to the top. And you know, we're at the forefront of kind of highlighting those coaches and stuff. So I feel excited about what we do in that process.
So I got a question for the group, right? So do you think that top winning state championship as an inner city school inspired a lot of other coaches and a lot of other programs and kids to, hey, you know, we can actually go do this? You know what I mean? So if you kind of look at some of the programs and that are actually doing good things, it's a lot of new programs that traditionally haven't had success. You know what I mean? So do you think that is playing a big part of what's going on now when you're looking at the quality of football we're seeing?
I'm gonna bring Matt in on this discussion. Go ahead, B-Rise.
Yeah, man. What you were saying, Coach, I think what SAR did was they're making more inner city kids stay at home. Like I said, you know, you don't gotta go to Duncanville, you don't gotta go to DeSoto to get looked at. You know, you can be here, you know, in the inner city, and not just that, man. So I think SAR opened up a lot of doors, and it's gonna continue. It's gonna get better. Because believe me, within the next 10 years, it's gonna be another ISD school to win state outside of soccer. Just watch. Maybe less time.
Real quick, I want to relay a message to all y'all, man. That was told to me yesterday at the basketball event. This coming from basketball coaches. Y'all know if y'all know Sloop. Y'all know Sloop Johnson.
Yeah.
Sloop Johnson, Coach Love, even Coach Pete from Duncanville. There's a lot of coaches told me to let y'all know, man. They watch this podcast and they love everything we doing. So I just want to let y'all know that they gave a shout out to y'all, man.
Oh, for
but,
sure.
But we can't get Coach Samples on though, right?
Yeah, everybody with Coach Samples.
Everybody
with Coach Samples, right?
Tell we're gonna be higher than basketball season.
Hey, Coach James Mays is probably one of the most watched people from basketball. He told me himself. He watched the show every week.
I'm looking forward to Coach Mays. I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, we're gonna get Coach.
Shout out to
we're gonna get Matt to sneak Coach on the show or whatever. So you know he's gonna think he's interviewing with Matt, and then we're just gonna bring him on the dub.
Shoot, Coach probably don't give Matt no interview. How many times you interviewed Samples, Matt?
3 times. Twice at Skyline and once at Duncanville. The last I interviewed him was when they beat DeSoto for the first time. When Peterman, I think it was Peterman's last year at DeSoto.
Wow.
That was my last.
Oh, damn, that was 6 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't. Honestly, just to keep it real, I don't go to a lot of Duncanville games because most of them in the regular season aren't really worth going to watch. And then when I see them in the state championship, they lose. So I mean, so it's hard to, I don't want to interview a loser, especially after a state championship. So I need to get to a Duncanville regular season game or something. But Sam, he'll talk. You just got, in person. You just got to get him in person. But he don't do no podcast. He don't text. He don't do none of that. If I call him, he'll answer the phone. If I call him, he'll answer. But if I text him, he ain't answering. So.
Right. You're correct about that. You ain't gonna have no evidence on me now. But hey, we're back to
hey, just go to a Duncanville DeSoto game. You can interview him then. He'll be winning.
Oh, shots. Shots.
Hey, Coach Mathis, we good around here. I don't know what's going on. I think we have some technical difficulties.
Hey, speaking of Coach Mathis, you watching somewhere? Remember, you said out your own mouth. If and when you beat South Oak Cliff, which you did, by the way, handily, you said you're gonna come back on the show and talk about it. So we're looking for you to come back, man.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Open invite. Hey guys, so it's prediction time. My bedtime is 10:30, so we're gonna see how good J-Mac is in a minute. But before we go to the predictions, we need to actually see what we have done. Who wears the crown this week? All right, so Matt had to wear the Queen's crown this week. That was a heavy crown to wear. So, but he's number one.
Trying to get that bank account. Really, that's what I'm really trying to get is that bank account. that royal bank account.
I want my crown, man.
I gotta catch Matt, man. I'm right behind him. I gotta catch.
Hey,
him.
just throw the game up there. I introduced number 10. Hey, my man Horn against Arlington. Matt, who you got?
Give me Horn.
What you got, B-Rise?
Give me Horn.
Coach Carl.
But y'all fast, bro.
Okay.
Bedtime. We got to go to bed, man.
I'm trying to get it in the notes. Okay, what you had, Matt?
Horn.
Who was next?
You know you can always go back and replay it. B-Rise got Horn.
I will. Yeah, I do that.
Watch the tape. Watch the tape like a coach.
I'll redo it. Go ahead.
Who you got, Coach Carl?
I said Horn already.
Okay. Wait, Swaggy?
Come on, man. Courtney Allen all day. Horn.
I got Horn.
Go tease
Horn. Horn.
Yeah. I gotta take my guy Allen, man. I got Horn too.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Carter versus Lincoln. I'm gonna go. You know I gotta start with Swaggy on this one. What you got, Swaggy?
Come on, man. What house did I walk? Who do I represent all day? But not this week. I got Lincoln.
Botees.
Hey, that was a surprise curveball right there. I got to catch up, so I'm going to go with Carter, even though I like Lincoln and the Fighting Etons.
What you got, Carl?
Lincoln.
Matt?
I'm going with South Dallas in this one. Give me Lincoln.
Wow. B-Rise.
Man, I got to go with Carter, man.
Yeah, man. You can't do Coach Spencer like that, but
yeah, you can't do him like that. Yeah, I can't do the game like that, man.
Last time I saw Carter, man, they couldn't stop a nosebleed against Sutherville, boy. That was tough.
Well,
Yeah, but I'm gonna take Carter, man. We gonna bounce back. Next up, we got Waxahachie versus Cedar Hill. Okay, Matt, what you got?
Ooh,
Hatchie.
Hey,
Hatch.
J Mac, I gotta take Hatch too. What you got, B-Rise?
man, you know what, man? See here, they pissed me off. You know, they didn't hire me, so I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, you my kind of guy, dog. We hold grudges around here. Okay, we ain't gonna worry about it. I don't know. You alive talking about you can't be petty. Yeah, you can. Come on, Coach Cole. What you got?
I have.
You got who?
I got Waxahachie in this one.
Swag it.
Hey man, come on. TTHL, man. Them horns lose. Waxahachie.
Oh wow. Go ahead, Pat Boteezy.
Oh man, Hatchie and Cedar Hill is looking like the 1992 version that my homeboy played for.
You going to Cedar Hill?
I'm gonna Hatchie.
Oh, clean sweep. What's up next?
Sweet.
Okay, now this is a good one. Forney versus West Mesquite. Boteezy, what you got?
Man, I don't know too much about West Mesquite. I like Forney or whatever program. I know some people over there. I'm gonna probably go with Forney and upset.
All right, Swaggy.
Jack Rabbits.
Coach Carr.
I don't think. I think West Mesquite is gonna upset Forney.
Yeah, that is definitely the favorite.
I would honestly say that. I saw West Mesquite play. I saw him play Kimball, and apparently that wasn't a fluke. They have gotten significantly better over the course of the week. So I'm not exactly sure who they played to get those 3 wins outside of Kimball. But I saw him, so I don't know much about Forney. I'm going West Mesquite.
Matt, what you got, Matt?
Forney's got a freshman running back. That's the truth. You need Forney.
B-Rise?
Man, you know, anybody that beat Kimber the way they did, man, I gotta take the system, man. I'm taking 40.
Yeah,
that's for you.
I tell you a little something about that, Matt. That freshman running back. I used to work with his grandfather. He trained me at my first driving job. He was my trainer, Mo Osborne. So I got to go. I got to go with Forney, man.
His grandson is the real deal.
His son was good. Good. Okay, we got Lake Ridge and D-Ville. How much time we gonna spend on this, Pat Boteezy?
0 seconds. The fighting Boteezys is what they're called. I always pull out a picture. There we go. I find me somewhere in Duncanville.
Duncanville class of
mud hole fighting B-Robbers.
That's it. Duncanville class of 72. Shout out Boteezy. Swaggy, what you got?
Come on, man. No brainer. Duncanville.
Coach Carr.
Duncanville.
B-Rise.
Say, man. You know
that's
my
your
son
school, so let me see. What you gonna do?
L-Town. Don't disrespect Lake Ridge.
Listen, bro.
Hey, man.
Listen.
Don't let them dudes go to waste that you've been paying.
Say, I'm just gonna say this. If we talking about baseball, we'll turn Duncanville ass up in baseball. But football, so give me Duncanville.
That was hard for you, couldn't it?
What you got, back?
It was hard, man. And I'm on a booster club and everything for Lake Ridge. So hey,
not for long.
You know what?
Not for long. They vote you off.
Lake Ridge better, but I'm taking Duncanville.
Yeah, man. I gotta take D-Ville. That's homecoming too. They not losing homecoming.
No.
Okay, we got East Texas. Now we finna cheat on this one. We going Matt first.
He ain't never lying.
Hey, this is the blood rivalry in East Texas, man. These two schools hate each other. Lufkin is better this year, but Longview seem to be. Give me the Lobos.
Lobos. B-Rise.
Man, I'm going with the Lobos, man. I think they're gonna win state this year, unfortunately.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Coach Carl.
give me Lobos.
Yeah, I'm going with Jesse and them Lobos.
Swaggy.
Hey, man. I'm going with the pack. Let's go, Lufkin.
Wow.
Whoa.
What you got, Boteezy?
Dez Bryant is not walking through that door. So give me Longview.
Or
Yeah,
Reggie McNeil.
I'm like y'all, man. I'm gonna take Longview. I'm saving that Longview L for next week. So give me Longview on that one. McKinney North against the Fighting Weebos. Hold on, the Fighting Pauls and Muhammad. They ready? What you got, Boteezy?
I ain't gonna have Muhammad mad at me this week, so we're gonna go with Langston. Even though I think McKinney North, I think a lot of them, I think they're a really good, talented team. Apparently, this game is in Lancaster, so I'm gonna give it to Muhammad and Fighting Lancaster Tigers.
What you got, Swaggy?
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: there's only 2 teams in the district last year that defeated Longview. Highland Park, which is gone to 6A, but another one go by the name of McKinney North. Coach Paul, we both nation. I love y'all to death, but I think them North boys got something for you.
All right, Coach Carl.
I was kind of hoping you was gonna call Matt.
I appreciate Coach Carr. That's an honest man.
Very honest. Very honest.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, we called you though, Will. What you got?
Ain't no cheating.
I'm gonna go with Lancaster, man.
B. Rizel.
Man, this is a good game, man. Like you said, Langston, man, they fast, they physical. All that said, man, I'm still taking McKinney North.
Wow.
Rise ain't walked them Lancaster sidelines yet.
Yeah, he ain't been on that track. Hey, and at this rate, he ain't gonna be on that track. What you got, Matt?
This is a trap game. If Lancaster overlooks McKinney North, they're good enough to beat them. But I think Lancaster will be focused and ready to go. Give me Weebo.
That's it, man. I'm with y'all, man. Hey, I'm with y'all, man. Plus, this is a home game too, I think, for Lancaster. So
yeah,
ain't no way in the world Weebo can lose this one, man. Y'all stay focused. I might beat her the second half.
Yeah.
Just to get an interview. We got next game, we got Crandall and Melissa. And don't worry, Coach. Matt, you first.
This is gonna be high scoring as hell. First one to 50 wins. Give me Melissa.
Wow. Okay. What you got, Boteezy?
Yeah, I done crossed Melissa before, and I'm not gonna go against Melissa no more. So Melissa.
Swaggy.
Hey man, this game here means a lot to me. I got bloodline in this. Shout out to my little bro Luke Moffitt. Shout out to Sammy and my little cousin Reginald Williams. I got Crandall.
Hey man, you ain't at the BET Awards. You can't just be shouting out everybody.
Hey, them 3 of the top players.
Come on, Coach.
You can shout out whoever you want to. I want to shout out Melissa.
Bro, no, I'm cracking up, man. Y'all need to look at the private chat, bro. I had a fool. Nah.
I saw that.
That's what he told me. That's what he told me.
And he meant it too.
He did.
He blocked.
Hey, I got Melissa.
What you got, B-Rod?
I'm not gonna wait no time. Give me Melissa, man. I'm taking Melissa.
Oh, God.
This game is in Melissa, man. I'm gonna take the whole team. Give me Melissa too. Next
Damn
one,
you,
man.
man. Damn you, man.
Man, boy, you wrong for that one.
I'm a journalist, man. I can't lie. Ain't no fake news over here.
Hey, man said he gonna keep it real, man. He just telling you what it is.
Oh, man.
What he told me.
What we got, Brady Pat?
I forgot who the hell. What game?
The next one, number 2.
Okay, my bad. Here we go.
Hey, we got Sock and Parrish. That can Sock get off the snods? I'm gonna answer this one. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think Sock need a bye week. I think they're gonna be fine after this game, but they're gonna have to go through the whole crucifixion. Give me Parrish. And what you got, Matt?
Give me Sock. I think Sock gets it this week.
What you got, B. Riser?
Man, it's hard for me to see Sock going 0-4. But I mean, all that said, I'm still taking Parrish until Sock just showing more offense.
Who you got?
I'm taking Parrish.
What you got, Coach Carl?
I mean, you're over here crucifying people, so I
didn't do it. It ain't me.
I got Sock, man. Sock gonna get it done this week, man, for sure.
Okay, Swaggy.
Hey, man, give me S-O-P-E. Give me Parrish.
Is that P?
Go ahead, Boti.
T-E.
They said they should not perish but have everlasting life. One of my homeboys is a coach at Parrish. They're catching Sock at the right time. Game is at Parrish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, catching Sock at the right time. They've already beat Alito. I'm impressed with this Parrish team. I feel like Sock is gonna barely lose this game, and then they're gonna go on a 6-0 run to get in the playoffs and do what they need to do. But I'm gonna go with Parrish.
Next one, number 1. The spotlight game, man. Now this is a hell of a game. Prosper.
This is a good game. This is good.
And Denton Guy, man. I ain't gonna lie, boy. If it was a little closer, I probably would be at this game. Who you got, Matt?
It's gonna be close, but give me Guyer.
Boteezy.
Hey, Matt, are you gonna be at this game?
No, I'm doing a bunch of small school games this week.
Dude, I don't know how you missed this assignment right here.
For real, man. I think I would have went rogue on this one, Matt. I'd be like, no, man.
I don't know if you can cross promote, but I was gonna slap a dub shirt on you if you was gonna go over here and do this game. Give us a dub from over here. This has got to be, besides that Lufkin and Longview, but this is a game of the year type candidate. Is this game being shown on the WFAAB? Somebody has got to be showing this game.
Yeah. It's coming on WFAA.
Yeah, I think
YouTube.
this is their game.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. They do a good job as well. Man, Geyer is gonna squeak this one out, but Prosper is a hell of a team.
What you got, Swaggy?
Man. I picked against Geyer last week with Lancaster, and I lost. I'm a gambling man. I might go to Oklahoma after this. Let's go, Prosper.
Will.
Dang God.
Razzle.
I said it once, I said it again, man. Nobody ain't beating this guy team. I think they're gonna win state, man. So I'm taking Guy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I gotta take guard, man. I keep telling y'all they are the best 6A team in DFW. Period.
They got that dude at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, no one can beat them.
Yeah, I don't see it.
He's the
I got
best.
love for Arnold Jackson and the father that adopted him, Philip Drummond.
Oh yeah. Byron Hudson. That's why we ain't got DeSoto game because they playing Skyline. I think we already know that.
Bro, there's a million comments in here, so I can't drop the comments because we're having to drop these games in here.
Oh, no, we don't have next week when they play Hutch.
We got the bonus game. Anna and Solano. I'm gonna let Swaggy because this is his kind of football.
Hey man, I'm going with the Coyotes. Give me Anna.
Okay, both easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Anna. Normally I would go with Solana, but I don't feel like this is the normal Solana type team. You know, they're pretty decent, but I'm going with Anna on this.
Coach Carr.
I don't know nothing about Anna, but I know a whole lot about Solana. And they 3-0. Go Solana, man. That was this number 1 and 2 team in the state, right?
Number 1 and 2 team in the area. In the area.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Solana. Is this game at Solana?
Yeah.
It's an Anna. It's an Anna.
It's an Anna.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an Anna.
What you got, Matt?
Solana's better up front on both sides of the ball. And they got big game experience. So give me Solana.
B Rise?
I'm taking Salina, man.
You know what? I just can't find it in my heart to pick Anna, man. I just, just don't nothing sound tough about Anna. So give me Solana.
Anna and Melissa, the fighting stepsisters.
Yeah, Anna and Melissa, man. I just no.
Yeah, I used to work in Anna a lot for my job.
So how would you feel if you lost to Melissa and Anna?
Hey, man.
Hey, I gotta catch up somehow.
They've been whooping.
Let me drop.
They good. Solana, Melissa was on a good run for was that a couple years ago? They were whooping everybody.
Right? So they was what, 3 rounds deep last year?
Yeah. But when they go up against another team, I gotta take it.
No doubt.
Plus, I'm mad at them because I picked them to beat Argyle.
Well, hey, Matt is numero uno. We're gonna look at this list one more time before we get out. I'm sorry, I got to take the comments out before so I can see what's going on. It doesn't make sense.
You don't have to say that last one. Just go to the next one.
Oh my God, these comments. Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah, they going
tonight.
Hey, before I promised Matt to get him out of here by 10:30. We can't close though, Matt. We're
doing better. We're doing better.
Hey, we run on CP time sometimes, But hey, Jesse, why I want to know, are you going to Longview Langston next week? Matt?
Oh, am I going to no, I'll be out of town I'll be out of town next week. I'll be in West Texas next week.
Oh, okay. Man, you don't go to no good games. What good games do you go to?
Playoffs. The regular season is for traveling.
Oh, okay.
I go see everybody in the regular season. In the playoffs, I kind of start to narrow it down. Texas is a big state. I gotta go see everybody.
Yeah, you be burning miles in, man.
Hey, the game next week is DeSoto Waxahachie.
See, I don't know which game to go to. Matt, give me advice. Do I go to Longview or do I go to Waxahachie DeSoto?
J-Mac, you should go to Lancaster Longview.
I've been to a Longview game. I know how it is.
Just because you've been talking noise to both fan bases, so you get to you can be a neutral observer.
And Sunday, so let's talk about it. We will have Longview running back on, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, and we won't be talking about any Dallas Cowboys. That season officially ended Sunday
Yeah,
night.
we not changing no more games for the Cowboys. We just go. We gonna compete against the Cowboys.
You heard it here first with me. I said it loud. I say it again. I'm going to see Watson Hatcher whoop DeSoto.
Oh, why everybody mad at DeSoto for?
Yeah,
I'm sick of their fans.
Wait a minute. And his son go to DeSoto. Why are you mad at DeSoto?
Yeah, because they fans annoy me. They fans annoy me.
Man, I love DeSoto. The U. All right, guys. Hey, we appreciate a great show tonight.
Great show.
Any shout out, Matt? Any shout out to the wife? Did we get you in trouble with the wife last week?
No, man. I keep my household 100. She know what the deal is.
Hey, we won't hear about it on air. I know that.
No, we won't. We won't. Unless it's Jesse getting in the car.
She let me run things behind closed doors, and out at public we let her have it a time or two. No, we good.
Yeah, hey, look, they let him in. I get it. So other than that, man, the Dub has been in the building. Great show, great episode 12. We'll see you for the Talk That Talk on Sunday night. Episode 13 next week. Till then, good baby.
Hey, Byron Hudson, I want you on the show Sunday, man. You talk a lot. You gotta come on the show.
Say J-Mac, J-Mac.
We're gonna have a love.
I tried to get him on the show last week.
That's what I say. See, they like to talk in the chat. No, man, I need you on that microphone.
I know.
I need to come get on that microphone.
We got to figure out who mic is making all this noise. There's a lot of noise being made on the mic. I don't know who mic that is. Okay, there we go. All right. It's all good. Hey, appreciate it, fellas. I think we learned a lot in the Metroplex once again, man. We got some great coaches in the Metroplex.
Inner city, man. I love it, man. I love putting light on them inner city coaches, man. It makes me feel good that we put a light on them coaches, man, because they doing a hell of a job, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we want to, for real, I just feel, and I feel like it's a blessing to do this, because like Swaggy said, when he walk in the building, bro, everybody's like, hey, I want to be on here. I want to be on here. For them, they're promoting their program. This is a good way for them to promote and push their program, and we're glad we're a vehicle to be used in that way. So, hey, everybody be blessed. Great week. We'll see you on the weekend. Cowboys will be 0-2 by the time we be on the air. Peace.
You are looking live at
The Dub is